Hello everyone, this is Chelsea from Those with Words. Welcome to the channel. Today I am here to share with you my San Diego travel journal, a quick flip through of this illustrated journal from my trip back in June. So as I'm recording this right now, it is August, so it's about 2 months after the trip has concluded. I normally like to either finish my travel journal while I'm at the location, which I know can be really challenging, or when I come home, I like to complete it as soon as possible so that I just have, fresh memories of what happened during the trip. But that was not really possible after this trip because I was dealing with some back issues. And so I took some extra time in completing this illustrated journal, and now I'm ready to share a flip through with you. So I used the Travelers Company accordion refill for this, meaning the paper folds out like this, front and back, and it was a really interesting experience and I really enjoyed using it. But before I really dive into this, I will show you my cover first. So I decorated this cover initially with lovely stickers from Amiru, this Pacific Coast Highway stamp, and a couple other stamps here and there. This one I pre-stamped as well, and then the dates, San Diego 2023 from the June 8th to June 12th. And then there are a couple other things that I added after the trip. So these two things are ephemera from the trip. This is a sticker, and then this is actually like a bookmark type of thing, I think, that we got from somewhere as like a business card of sorts, and I really liked the pattern, and so I ripped it out and I pasted it here. And then I have a few other bits from washi tape and PET tape around here. And then this big thing in the middle here I actually painted after the trip was done. It's supposed to represent the jacaranda flowers. I don't really know if I did a great job of representing their true beauty, but I did try to just capture really simply what I saw, and there was a little bit of a limited space here, so I tried my best with what I had, and I actually kind of like that I did this over the front and back cover so that I can see a little bit of it in the back as well as the front. So let's go ahead and get into it. I painted a lot of this with pretty much everything with these two palettes from our toolkit. I talk a little bit more about this in my San Diego travel journal setup video, what I brought, why I decided to bring things, etc. So I will leave a link to that in the description box below. But I basically took tons of reference photos during this trip. And I tried to paint mostly food, scenery, even animals, which I actually am very shy about painting. And so I actually really enjoyed how the seal and ground squirrel paintings turned out. And basically the approach I took was just very loose painting. So this is more or less for my own memory keeping, right? I'm not really trying to make prints or stickers or anything out of this, and so I decided to just pick whatever I wanted to paint, and then I drew an outline of it. I went over it with the Uni Pin pen, which is nice because even if you put watercolor over it, it won't smudge. And I just basically drew everything that I thought was interesting, and I tried to, kind of similar to the cover, paint certain elements over the two pages. And so you can kind of see, like here, this is a painting of two lobster sliders I had, and so like I painted one on one side and then one on the other side. So yeah, and also I painted the logo of XO Kitty, which we watched a few episodes of while we were all relaxing on the big couch, and so I thought it would be fun to mimic the logo of the show on here, so I did that too. So it's just like a range of everything that really captures the trip and what we did on a day-to-day basis. So that is pretty much all I have to say about that, and so I'm slowly flipping through and showing you the drawings. This one in particular was a little bit challenging. This was supposed to be like the cliffside, and there were really beautiful flowers on the cliffside, and I don't know, this one was really challenging for me because I had a hard time representing the interesting textures of the cliffs. And what actually ended up really helping me was borrowing a flat brush and just kind of, you know, going over some of the colors with the flat brush. And so I have purchased one since then. So the one I'm talking about specifically is this one. So I have a couple of water brushes from Pentel, and then this is a flat one. And this is the same one that I used, that I borrowed during the trip from one of my friends, and then actually retouched this part. And I think that helped a little bit. I don't think I still captured any of the details too well, but I tried and it was fun. And this was a really interesting interior piece from this ramen place that we went to, and I just took a reference photo of it and I just painted it like so. This is a logo of a coffee place that we dropped by. I actually really like how this donut turned out. This is what is it called? Hibiscus donut. Yeah, I wrote it here. So this is a hibiscus donut, and I really love the taste of it. So I decided to draw it and write about it as well. By the way, all of the writing on this is done in gel pen. I know I could have written with fountain pen, but this is more of like a watercolor multimedia kind of paper, and I really missed using my gel pens, and so I have gel pens in all kinds of colors, and so I decided to just use them to keep things a little bit more flat next to the more three-dimensional drawings, because the drawings and the painting have a little bit more like depth to them. So I just wanted to flatten out the writing a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. Just because fountain pen ink, I feel, while very beautiful, can also be like it can have interesting properties and everything, which is great. But I wanted the drawings to stand out more in this journal. So that was my approach there. And then here I decided to paint the customized Olive Passport Traveler's Notebook. We took some time to paint our Traveler's Notebooks. Shout out to April, Penguins Creative, for bringing the leather paints and also painting a really cute cherry blossom for us. So that Traveler's Notebook is what I'm using right now as a video game journal. So I put some washi tape here to paint these two stripes, and then this beautiful cherry blossom was painted by April. And then on the back side of the journal, I wasn't really sure what was the correct way to start and finish the journal, but I started here, I went all the way over here, and then I basically turned back around, and then I started from here. And so this is when we went to North Park, and we did quite a lot in this neighborhood, and so I decided to capture it all in one go in sort of like this looks like a spread to me, you know, like a typical journaling spread. So that's what I did here. And then just continuing in chronological order, this was something quite funny where we noticed that the airport, the San Diego airport, was under construction, and all of the construction tarps, they were cut out with smiley faces, and it was kind of cute but also kind of scary looking, so I decided to draw that. And yeah, right up until the last day. And here's another example of me trying to draw this sort of canopy looking thing at the park, and I decided to anchor it on this separation point. And so you see some of it on this side, and then some of it on the other side when I flip to it. And the last day or two, I don't think my drawings were as detailed, especially like this coffee and this pho. I definitely did not do both of those items justice, but I think what's more important for me is that I remember what I had, and I really liked what I did with like the titles or the headings of these things, where I just wrote what it was in the Unipin archival pen, and then I just put some watercolor over it, sort of the ones that I used or are similar in color. So they're associated with each other in my head. So that is what I ended up doing for this travel journal. Let me see if there's any other fun facts I can tell you. I think because this was an illustrated travel journal, pretty much all of my actual photos went into my Hobonichi, and just like the leftover pages that I had in my health journal, which I'm using an A6 Hobonichi Techo for, so that's where all the actual photos went into. Overall, I think this was a really fun challenge and experience, but I will say that this whole journal was a lot of work for me, and I feel like craning my neck over, the desk and tables while trying to paint all of these things on a day-to-day basis probably contributed to my back flare-up when I returned from the trip. And so it was really fun, but I don't know that I'm going to do this super often. But I will say, and I'm trying my best to show you across the view here, but I really feel accomplished while looking at this journal, and it's one of the most satisfying travel journals for me to look at in this way. And I have never used an accordion refill before, but I really, really enjoy it, and I will probably use it again sometime in the future, just not in the near future. I will probably stick with my PET tapes and photos for now. But yeah, it was a really fun challenge and very rewarding at the end to see all these drawings together. So that is it for this flip through. I will also have a flip through available on Instagram, just as a really quick reel, hopefully in a more a better format where you can actually take a look at these drawings in a little bit more detail. I'm trying to show you one by one a little bit more last time, but just if you are interested in that, that will also be up on my other social media. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching this video. What's also exciting is that the San Francisco Pen Show is coming up quite soon, and so I am hoping to make a video about what I'm bringing to the pen show, because I do want to journal about that in a separate Traveler's Notebook insert as well. So I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you take care. Bye.